This will be a quick tutorial on how to use the MyLab Math Question Help. So when you open a MyLab assignment and you go to a question, at the bottom of the question window, you'll see your help options. You have Help Me Solve This, View an Example, and under Get More Help, you would typically see a link to the video and textbook. Now, the link to the textbook is not just a regular ebook. It's a multimedia ebook that also has video links and other types of hyperlinks to use. And you also have a print option. So let's go through each really quickly here. For those of you who are more hands-on learners, the Help Me Solve This question help option will probably be the best fit. What happens with Help Me Solve This is it forces the student to get involved in each step, and as you work through each step, you'll be given feedback on whether or not you're doing it correctly, and if you're not doing it correctly, it will explain what you need to do to correctly answer that step. So for example, answering the first step here, if I were to enter in the wrong answer, it's going to tell me the first step is to divide 2 by 5. So it gives me those prompts on how to get started. Once I answer the first step and I enter in my answer, it'll tell me, of course, whether I'm correct or not, and then it goes to the second step. And again, if you answer the second step incorrectly, it'll tell you what you're doing wrong, and then you can move from there. So when I answer it correctly and it tells me good job, then what happens here, and of course, it helps me to solve the question that I was given. Now, you can either write down the steps by hand so you can keep record of how you solve a question like this, or you can use the print option to make a quick print of those steps. Once I close out Help Me Solve This, the system will automatically give me a question to solve again. Now, watch this. When you go to the homework overview, this is the 3-line menu. It shows you all of the questions that you have answered correctly, incorrectly, and those you have not answered at all. Right? So as you can see, number 6 is marked incorrect. That's because I have to now answer this question on my own without using the Help Me Solve This. And once I answer this question on my own, and it's a correct answer, and go back to my overview, I see that my answer for number 6 is correct, and I can move on to the next question. Now, while we're on this question, your objective will be to practice questions as much as possible. So don't get hung up on just answering this question one time. Use a similar question option again to test and make sure that you know what you're doing. So this gives you another chance to answer the question. Now, the great thing about MyLab is that when you answer something incorrectly, it gives you another chance to do it again. Say you answered incorrectly second time, right? You have another try, third time. If you don't answer it correctly on the third try, it does give you the correct answer. Now, if you don't understand why you're not answering correctly, oh, and also a warning here, I've already answered question 6 correctly, so I can just simply keep or save my best score and not worry about that similar question that I answered incorrectly, okay? Now, if I don't understand what I missed on this answer, I can go to the Help Me Solve This, which is its second purpose. So when you answer a question incorrectly after the third try and it marks it wrong, Help Me Solve This is a way to work through your steps to see what is it that you were doing wrong so that you can figure out how to move on. Right? And when you close, you're okay. Again, we initially answered this one correctly. That's why when I look at question 6, it's marked correct from my very first question that I answered correctly. For View an Example, the View an Example option is for those students who are visual learners, meaning you prefer to read through. You like to read books, you like to read the text about concepts first and take your own notes. So as you can see, you would click on View an Example and you would simply click to continue through each step, taking notes on those steps or printing them out, and then using those notes to go back to the question and solve your own. Under Get More Help, of course, the video option opens up a video that shows you how to answer a question similar to the one that's given, and you can pop the video screen out if needed, like so, and increase the volume. And As I mentioned a moment ago, the link to the textbook is a link to that multimedia textbook, where there are hyperlinks, you have video links, you try it links for different examples, like so. Let's move on to another question where the Get More Help option gives you an option for an animation. So when you click on the animation option, which is similar to a video, but it's not a video, it's an animation, you can listen to the animation, view the examples through that animation, and click play.
32% of 76.
And take notes from that animation. So you'll get the same, and of course video and animation help is more for the auditory visual learners who like to see and hear something worked out and take their notes from there. So this concludes on how to use the question help correctly.